All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. It's a margin fade. Jenny, thanks for joining the coffee fund. Dino, trading levels. NVIDIA. Good morning, NVIDIA. Thanks for NVIDIA. I appreciate the profit yesterday. Thanks for the pump afternoon. The afternoon pump. I know you facilitated that, so appreciate that, my friend. The reclaim ripper. I mean, what an insane reclaim ripper yesterday. Right on the QQQ, man. Let me pull it up real quick. See if I can do it from over here. QQQ. I'm going to do it all the way from over here. Watch this. The mic's messed up. The mic was messed up. Sorry about that. Hold on. I just saw it. Technical difficulties. Should be better now. 598. So sick. So sick. Look at that little candle right there. Not bad. So that was one of the scenarios yesterday that I did not actually expect. It was a scenario that we talked about, but that was probably the lower scenario. But hey, that's what the market did. So pretty nice. Pretty nice. Reclaim ripper all day, upside melt. It was definitely one of the lower probabilities in my mind to start the day, but this is an example of trading what the market gives you. And the market basically said yesterday, I'm getting back above the highs and I'm going up all day. And so there were some sick trades yesterday. Tesla was nice. Palantir had a little bit of action off the lows, and then NVIDIA to just cap off the day was incredible. CRWV holding some of that overnight, and should be up pretty nicely this morning on that. I don't have too much. I only have 5 contracts, so I don't think I'll be up that much, but nice pump in the after hours on CRWV. And you guys can see right here, the portfolio has crossed 207,000, 205,000. So we have slightly over doubled this account in 2 months. So really just on the money lately. I hope you guys are, having some profitability in the current market. Apple 250 break and retest. I didn't catch it, but awesome margin if you caught it. DKS, appreciate that, man. Thanks for joining the coffee fund. Appreciate you guys supporting. Hopefully some action yesterday you were able to catch from some of our analysis. That's always the goal. And again, remember, it's all for free. So if you could, please press that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. Please help continue to support the channel through the coffee fund, through the likes and subscribes. However you feel generous, I'd appreciate that. Another beautiful day for the long term. Just overall, beautiful stuff, man. Beautiful stuff. Jason, appreciate that, Jason. All right. Well, today is another day of opportunity. It looks like there's some more setups to be had, some more opportunities out there. So let's do it again. Let's jump right into it. Let's see if the mic is working. And it sure is. So here we go. This way. Break, retest, profit. Sold out. never to come back shirt. Who has one? Who has one of those? Let's see here. Pull this over. I need a haircut. Damn. Damn. Okay. Boom. Boom. And boom. Best shirt ever. I appreciate that. Probably not. I know you're lying, but that's okay. All right. So today, economic data, 9:45. So we do have that. Manufacturing PMI, services PMI, 9:45. President Trump speaking, huh? I missed this one yesterday. Did this just pop up on the calendar here? Due to speak at the United Nations General Assembly. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's right around that 9:45 time frame, so could be a little something to be cautious of there. 9:45, 9:50, 10 o'clock time frame. This 15-minute time frame could be a little bit something to be just a little bit cautious about there on this beautiful Tuesday, September 23rd. So keep an eye out for that. Wednesday, new home sales, that's tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Thursday, GDP, that's your biggest event. Your biggest event of the week, GDP, Thursday, 8:30. Unemployment claims, 8:30. So let's be watching that, of course. And then PCE on Friday. All right. Only earnings I really am interested in today is the MU earnings, which are tonight. But yeah, I'm not really going to get into that too much today, guys. Let's just jump right into the levels. So Nasdaq futures, we came into yesterday's game plan, and the thesis yesterday was there was two theses. There was either the downside pullback long, or the just sort of market wants to go straight up again, reclaim long. And so I was a little bit more in favor of this rejecting here, right, in that pre-market, and then looking for this nice pullback long opportunity back at that 24,650. That was sort of my what I wanted to see originally. But if you go to the 1 minute time frame, right, the market never said, hey, I'm gonna it didn't even fake us out, right? Which is just crazy. Like, the market at no point yesterday said, yeah, you should short that 24,800 level. I mean, this is your open. Your open is a straight up candle, and then which was a reclaim of the 24,816. So by the time the market opened, that thesis was just totally gone, which is actually, in my, I very much like that, because what would have sucked and probably would have got me was if we saw a nasty rejection here and then just randomly squeezed back higher, right, as some kind of a trap. So the trap wasn't even set yesterday. It basically, the market just said, yeah, we're going up. And it was pretty nice to follow. So what did the Nasdaq do yesterday? It reclaimed the Thursday high. It reclaimed the Friday high. These were the highs that we were looking for rejections at. But instead of retrecting, watching price action showed us that it actually was turning into support. So if you go to the 5 minute candles, you can see right here that 24,816. Look at the hold right above that level to start yesterday. Only 10 minutes into the market, and you're getting a sick hold right on that reclaim level. And that, my friends, is trademark the name, which I think I'm going to actually try to do today. No, I probably won't, but someone out there will before me, of course. That's all right. I'm going to use it anyway. So reclaim Ripper. Just insane, right? The reclaim, the retest, the Ripper. So sick stuff. What a day. Now, on top of that, right, the next level that we needed to get above was the 24,888. That was the all-time high, right? Right here, 24,888. That was Friday's highs. That was our next supply level to be careful of. Now, if we go into the short-term time frames, we can see 24,888 was a potential rejection point, right? You can see right here. It was on the money, little intraday rejection, right? Some downside to trap some shorts in a strong uptrending move. This was actually just a retest of the morning highs, right? Look at how beautiful this is. You draw a little high from the morning highs. That's just simply an opening range break and retest. I mean, that's just absolutely sexual. Look at that. So you got your opening range right here. You got your break. You got your retest. You're retesting the opening range high, and you go long again. So yesterday is the day that I want you to be aggressive, right? Yesterday is the type of price action that you say, let's go, right? This is beautiful stuff. These are the days that money is made, right? These are the days you're going to look back and say, man, Apple was sick, Tesla was sick, Palantir was sick, CoreWeave was sick, everything was sick, right? These are the days that you want to trade. Look at what yesterday was and remember it. Now, when you start doing this bullshit, right, and you start going like this all day, these are the days you realize, hey, get me out of here. I don't need to be a part of this. I am going to wait for the good days. I'm going to trade on the good days. I'm going to take aggression and be aggressive on the days that we're trending in a single direction, whether that's up or down, right? But yesterday, you can see the intraday action, right? Holding this level, making a high, breaking that high, rejecting this level, pulling back to the previous high, holding it, breaking out to new highs, pulling back to that high, holding it again, going higher, pulling back to that high again, holding it, ripping higher, right? Like, look at the clarity of the price action at every point of yesterday's move. Every breakout resulted in a pullback to the previous high, which resulted in a long, right? Just a beautiful trending move. These are the days that we live for. I mean, seriously. These are the days that a trader lives for. These are the days that there is just money, money, money to be made. And they don't come around too often, right? A day like this doesn't come around that often. But if you stay in the game and you stay disciplined and you keep money in your account and you don't blow up your account and you keep showing up, you're going to show up for those types of days, right? You're going to be here when these days show up. Now, if you lose your mind inside of chop the entire day and you blow up your account, then you're not going to be around for these days, right? The days that provide pretty much mindless opportunities. So, really nice stuff. Don't feel bad if you didn't make money yesterday, right? It's not like it's just super easy and everyone made money, right? I don't want to, let me dial it back a little bit. I don't want to come across that way because it's not as easy as I'm making it sound, of course. But I hope that at least you can see in hindsight what the price action looked like, and these are the days that you want to be a trader, right? Not the days that stay within the previous day highs and previous day lows, right? So today, I don't think that's going to happen, but if we would have stayed within Thursday's highs and Thursday's lows yesterday, you say, hey, we haven't gotten a breakout. I'm not going to get aggressive. I haven't seen a nice break and retest of a major level. So this could be just a channel trading day. Well, yesterday we got the break and retest of that level and saw the continuation come in. So regardless, let me get off my tangent. Let's continue. So this is a really nice level to watch today. I would think, for me, my favorite pullback long today is this previous high, right? My favorite pullback long today is right here. This high right here. If we can get a pullback to this level, that's my A+. Not sure we will, but I do believe that you should get it. Yesterday was a major move to the upside, and a retracement of around 50% would bring you back to the previous Friday highs. This would be A+ long opportunity, 50% retracement, pull back to Friday's highs, 24,900. That would be where I would get aggressive, if we get it. I don't know if we're going to, but that is definitely something I'm watching. If we get under 24,876, 24,900 area, then we go back down to this Thursday high, which would be a full pullback of yesterday's move back to 24,800, 24,816. Either of those levels, I would be interested to see if a new long develops off of it. Now, we do not get back to that level unless we break this little pre-market low that is establishing. Now, this is a new level, my friends. There is nothing trading here. This is all-time highs. This is a level that has established from yesterday overnight into this morning, right? 24,973. There's nothing here. This is just a short-term level. DKS, Jason, and Risk Reward. Thank you, guys. I don't know if I missed you, but thank you for joining the coffee fund. Thank you. You can see how it's developed, right? Here, 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 here. Insane. Just 5 holds right at this low. So is this a new level? Possibly, right? Now we're going to put this on our charts and see how it trades today. If we fail under this level and reject it, this would be a pretty nice short, in my opinion, down to that 24,900, 24,880. Now, I might put this level, you could definitely, make a case for popping this at around 900, because that's really where you held on the intraday, right? Right around that 24,900. You can see right there. But I think even a pullback slightly lower to that 888, 876 zone is still good. So, yeah, I'm still going to watch, this zone here, 900 to, could be like 900 to 880. It could be a nice little 20-point zone. You could put it something like that, just like this. That whole zone is going to be somewhere to watch, right? Somewhere inside of these highs and this low from yesterday. Inside of this area is definitely going to be the area to watch for that long to come back in. If we get it. I don't know, but we'll see. That's going to be an area I watch. So right here, 24,973. If you break that, I'm going to assume a nice pullback to 900, which would be a fantastic long opportunity that I would definitely be watching. If you get a short underneath this 973, you probably get some decent free-flowing downside, as this was straight up yesterday, so you probably could see some nice flush action right through here. That is very possible, and something you could look for. Now, do I want to look for this short inside of a massive uptrending market? Probably not, but, if you just want to scalp it, that's possibly a trade to look for. All-time highs, 24,027. I mean, simply put, if you see a break and hold above this high today, welcome to the Reclaim Ripper times 2. I mean, that's just reclaim this high, reclaim, retest, and Ripper. So we'll see. All right, that was the game plan yesterday. If we get above a key level, we're going to look for that same thing today. It's either a hold above this 25,027 for another beautiful upside day, or it's a pullback, in my opinion, to the 24.9 for a nice opportunity back to the upside. Either way, I'm going to be looking to see where the next long sets up. And that's about it. Okay, moving on. QQQ. Same exact concepts. Our level yesterday was right here at 598. Take a look at what 598 did yesterday. Unbelievable. I mean, simply unbelievable. Perfect candle right here, right off the 598 level. Nice little flagging breakout, and the rest is history, my friends. That is just sick stuff. That is a perfect hold right back above this Thursday high. Thursday high, Friday rejections, Friday holds, this hold right here, pre-market rejections, break and retest above that level, 598, and the rest is history. Just insane stuff. Really clean. Now, even if you look at this 30-minute chart, take a look at where the next break and retest happened. Look right here at 600. 600 highs. Look at this little 30-minute consolidation period here. Little break, little retest, little long. Actually, big long. So really nice there as well. If you look at this right here, intraday price action, just showing you exactly the way. Previous highs, break, retest, long, little bull flag. This is the type of price action that we can learn to trade, right? I guess let me bring back what I was talking about earlier, because it's something that is important. I don't want to make trading sound easy, but good price action is easier, right? That's the right way to put it. Good price action is easier to trade. And when you get it, I think majority of people will understand, right? This is pretty understandable. Previous highs, breakout, bull flag, retest the breakout point, break out of the bull flag, and get an immediate squeeze to the upside, which is probably over 60-70% on QQQ calls, right? Which is just beautiful stuff. Now, when you start getting that choppy nonsense on the intraday, right? This is when you need to be mature enough to be able to read it, right? And this is going to come with experience and come with you guys, being around and trading for a long time. But there's going to be days where you don't get this cleanliness, and you have to be the one and the mature trader to say, hey, this isn't A+ action, and I should not be trading this. When it comes around and is easy again, I'll be able to take advantage, and when the price action cleans up. But for now, when it's choppy on the intraday and I'm not seeing anything move, this is my sign to step away. If people could simply do that, right, and have that self-control, I would think that we would make, thousands of, more profitable traders, right? That simple thing right there, I think, is what makes most people fail. All right, so let's read the price action and let's get a feel for it before we start throwing money on the table, throwing risk, buying random SPY calls because I think it's going to go higher, right? Let's get real action, real price action, holding previous highs, right? Break the highs, retest them, hold them. Break the highs, retest them, and hold them. Give me that to enter my trade. If it's not that, don't enter the trade, right? Have a reason to enter these trades. And break and retest only are great when price action is great, right? When price action is at its best, the break and retest is unbeatable. There's no better strategy in my mind. So if you're simply waiting for that, then you're going to only be looking to trade in best price action days, which is going to help you stay away from the shit, right? The nonsense days. So 601.68, if you break that, 600, we're coming back to it. This is my best pullback long today, right here. If I can get a pullback to Friday's highs, pull back to this hold from yesterday, give me a little 600 hold, that would be special. I would love that. I would love that. Give me that 600 pullback long, let me see it, and let's see if we get that opportunity today. That only happens if you break this 601.68, and if you get over 603 today and you hold above that, you're going higher. Okay, S&P 500 next. S&P 500, first level we needed to break yesterday was 67.19, which was right here. If we go to the 1 minute chart, we can see we did see a little bit of problems there at 67.19 on the intraday, but eventually you held right above it, right? You had a little bit of problems here. You had a little fake out here. It tried to get a little sloppy on you up here, but eventually it cleaned up. It held above 67.19, and there you go, right? Gone. Gone like the wind. Over 67.19. Now the next level that we were watching was these highs from around this Friday high. Let me go to the 15 minute. Right around here, this Friday high was the next level that was sort of on the watch, right around 67.26, 67.30 area. Right around here, the wick high was 31. And then I have it, I'm going to probably have it between, I'm going to change this slightly actually. I'm going to have it between 67.27 to 67.31. That's going to be my zone right there. 31.50. So I'm basically pulling the highs from this wick and the highs from this wick, and I'm going to be watching what goes on between this area. You can see that between that area yesterday, you pretty much just got the absolute perfection. This is ridiculous. I mean, this is just ridiculous how perfect this was. That's just straight upside after a perfect pullback into that zone. That's just ridiculous. I mean, beautiful day yesterday. Makes you really just like get excited about trading and the opportunities that are out there, because it's truly just, you know, once you can properly learn this game, once you can properly learn how to control everything about your trading, which takes time, right? Which I understand you go through a lot of hardships, and so did I. But once you can get it, right, it is such a rewarding thing, and it's a limitless potential forever skill that you learn, right? So if you take it the right way and you approach trading the right way where you know it's going to take a very long time, but you know that it's something that you want to do and you really love, there's nothing more rewarding, right? Because you get to wake up every morning and look for these opportunities. So today, I'm looking for the same thing. 67.31 to 67.27, give me that pullback, right? Let me see if that shows up. Under that, I love the 67.20 as well. So looking for pullback longs today, back to these previous highs. Let me see if they show up. If you break under 67.4450, which is this low from the pre-market, then I think you will get that. If you break over 67.50, 675, then you will go higher. All right. SPY, you got the devil's number up here, which is a little bit sketch. I changed it by a cent because I don't want that on my charts. So yeah, the low from this pre-market is 666, which is sort of sketch. I mean, it's exactly 666. I'm not lying. Look it up here on the low. Look at that, 666. So, SPY, let's get a move out of this zone. Not interested in having that chart on my level on my chart today. But today, the best trade that I'm looking for is a pullback long right here between 664.50 and 665. Previous highs, previous highs, previous highs, pullback, long, that's what I'm going to be looking for. If you break back under these highs, no bueno, right? No bueno for me. 664.50, if you see a fail back under that high, back under this high, back under this high, that's no bueno. So I want to see a nice solid hold above 664.50, 665. Give me that, and let's ride it out again. Over 667.29, 667.29, over that, we go higher. Okay? All right, that's about it. We got 2,700 people here, 900 likes. Could we take 1 second and press the like button? Subscribe to the channel. Someone just commented on my live stream that said, just noticed you made the jump to paid morning live streams. I mean, where does that come from? Guys, that is completely false. Are you guys paying to be here? All right. Let's continue. IWM, Unreal. Perfect. Perfect on IWM. Look at this thing. Our watch yesterday was a 241 retest. And that is the 241 retest. So that's sick. I mean, congrats to anyone that caught that. That's it. 245, 246, that's all-time highs. If you can get above 246, you go higher again, but this was the trade right here. 241 retest. Okay. SMH, rip yesterday because of NVIDIA right here. That's actually really funny that NVIDIA news comes out right as the SMH is holding above these previous highs. Now that is sort of, that's weird. I mean, this sort of, once again, this proves to me, and we've talked about this little, this is my only conspiracy theory. I'm not a big conspiracy theorist. I don't live that way. I don't think that way. I'm not, that guy. But there's one conspiracy theory that I will continue to live and die by, and that is that technical analysis leads news catalysts, right? I believe that they purposely put out news at key technical levels. I truly believe it. Or the market just naturally gravitates towards those levels prior to data. It happens all of the time. It's not something, if you guys watch the market, you know it. You've seen it. You're aware of it. It happens too much to not be, it's not a coincidence. I know it's not. That is my conspiracy theory for the market, and that's what I'll live and die by. So why did the NVIDIA news come out right when the SMH was holding above the previous day highs? I don't know, right? Why is that? Right? If you would have taken an SMH long on a break and retest of previous day highs, you would have got absolutely blessed. I mean, could you imagine? I wish I was in that trade. Previous highs, break, retest, holding previous highs. NVIDIA news comes out, rocket ship. So that's just sort of crazy, right? That's sort of crazy. Congrats to anyone that was long SMH on that. I'm sure there were a lot of people that said, what the hell's going on? And just sort of traded the technical trade, right? Today, best trade that I would look for is a pullback again to that Thursday high, 318 if we get it. Or it's just going to be a hold over the previous day high, 323. That's really it. It's either 323, break and hold above previous day highs, or pull back long 318. Those are the two watches for me. Okay. Bitcoin, just want to point out a little bit of the discrepancy, guys. I want you to know that Bitcoin is not moving up with the market, so just make sure you're aware of this when you go trade Bitcoin names. It is not correlated right now at all. I mean, it's very actually uncorrelated. So make sure you know that. Bitcoin is not moving up with the market as we speak, at least. Maybe it does today, but just know that you've seen a pretty massive rejection on Bitcoin at 118. Okay? Just real quick, wanted to let you know that. All right. Tesla. So, yesterday we talked about that major 2021 high level down here, and as long as we're above it, we go higher. Tesla surely went higher yesterday, pretty much squeezing right out of the gates on a break and retest over 435. I missed the early break and hold above because it was just super quick. I missed this one right here. It was basically a 1 minute retest, which was super hard to catch, but it did sort of set up very quickly. I was able to catch this pullback long right here. And I also used my cloud, as you guys know, the old cloud. The cloud and the VWAP. right there. So I used the little cloud action. I got a little pullback into my cloud. I said, all right, I'm going to give this that 435. We took some longs here, and we rode this pretty much. Where did we ride this to yesterday? Do I have my entries and exits really quickly? I have the recording, actually. Let me see real quick. Hold on, folks. What was yesterday, the 22nd? So we started with a loss on TEM. And then, where's my entry? Right here. So long Tesla there. And then rode this to where? Rode this to, nice, still in it. Rode it to, like 441 area. Yeah, 441, which was right up here. So nice trade on Tesla yesterday. That was from here to here. Really clean there. Pretty much the high of day. I mean, it went a little bit higher, but it started to reject that 445 area. So that was pretty nasty up there. Pulled back all the way down to the demand again, and now we're back above that 435. So sort of interesting, right? If we take a look at this, Let me get this stuff off the charts here. Right here, that is a very clean hold above these highs. So this is definitely something to be watching today. Look at this hold. Previous highs, previous highs, previous highs, previous highs, lows, 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 right? Look at all that. So this is absolutely a watch, even for a pullback today to that 434, 435 zone. I would love to see that. Even deeper to 428 would still be interesting. If we can reclaim 440, then I think you go higher today. If you can get a reclaim of 440, I think you'll see your 445 again, or a pullback to the 435. Over 447, might keep going. NVIDIA. All right. So NVIDIA right here, you guys can see. Oh, if I can get this to zoom in. Best trade of the day for me. I think the top watch of the day for me is going to be NVIDIA pullbacks to 180, 179. Right here. Excuse me. 180, 179 pullbacks NVIDIA. Break and retest long. That's pretty much it. I mean, really nothing else to say. Over 185, it goes higher. AMD, I'm going to keep an eye on it just in case AMD is going to get a little perky, right, with the NVIDIA and SMH strength. So definitely keep an eye on AMD over 164.50. Keeping very close watch on Broadcom as this thing just sort of quietly moves lower, right? It's sort of quietly going lower. No one's really looking at it. It's not moving with the market, right? But look at how this thing's starting to come back down to 332, man. I would not lose track of this pullback on Broadcom. This is a sneaky little pullback as the SMH is strong, as the market is strong, and yeah, please don't lose sight of this one. I don't know exactly when it's gonna go. I want it to come back down to 332. I have some fear that it's not. Right, it's gonna go before it fully pulls back, but we shall see. I would probably, if you want to be patient, break and hold over 357 would be the key long to look for, to not be stuck in this channel. But that daily 20 SMA pullback is man, it's something to watch. Make sure you keep an eye on it. MU not interested today. It has earnings. TSM is just a gone bird. This thing is unbelievable. I got no words. The gap fill long that we had is absolute just insanity. You guys remember this entire week we were saying wait for the gap fill, wait for the gap fill, wait for the gap fill, and here was the gap fill, and look at what's happened since. So yeah, for me, I missed my exact trade, and that's about it. I got no one to blame but myself. I looked for the gap fill long, I didn't take the gap fill long, and look at the long that it has resulted in. So 276 pullback, 271 pullback, those would be great spots. I'll set alerts and I'll just wait. You know, now I gotta sort of I have to punish myself by missing and dealing with the FOMO because I can't be chasing these highs. Pullback 276, pullback 271, pullback 263. Those are all spots that I would look at, right? If not, then I don't trade it. All right, let's continue. SMCI has a gap to fill above that I would continue to keep on your charts. Make sure you have an alert set over 48.82. There is a gap here to be watching if the semi stays strong. Let's get into some other stocks. Apple, insanity. Yeah, I mean, just no words. 250 hold yesterday. I saw some of you guys taking this trade, and congratulations to those that did. Look at this 250 hold. Bam, bam, bam. Insane. 250 holds. Beautiful. Love it. Chef, I can send the link here for you real quick. I'll do that for you, Chef. Share it for, I mean, it's in the, it's in my videos. You can just add this to your, if you add this link to your, TOS, all you do is go, import, and then, actually, no, you don't do that. You go up here to open shared item, drop that URL right here, and that's it. All right. Apple. Pullback longs right here to these 4-hour highs is my top watch today. Not top watch, but definitely one of my watches. Right here. Right in here. See these 4-hour highs over here? These highs, right? 248.42 to 250. That would be my top pullback watch on the 4-hour. If we can get a little something like this, little something like this, and a little something like this, that's exactly what I want to look for on Apple. 250, 248.40, that's my spot. UNH, we'll take a look at it in a second. We're going to run through some other names here first. Google, not much on Google, guys. Just feels like it's getting a little bit, you know, just getting a little bit choppy up here, right? A little bit of consolidation going on. Not sure I want to be involved in the Google consolidation. I think there's better things to look for. So a little bit of consolidation, 256, 250, 248. Keep an eye on that area. Got my alert set, but nothing really today. Amazon, I really have zero interest in this, guys. I'm going to be fully honest with you. It's going down when the market's going up. Guys, if a stock... Okay, here's what I would say, okay? And this has protected me a lot. If a stock is going down when the market went straight up yesterday, and I mean straight up, the market went vertical yesterday, and Amazon went down in this, like, I don't even know what you call this, all day. If this happens... This is instantly, and I mean instantly, thrown off my watch list. I have zero interest in this stock today. I don't care if it bounces back. I don't care if it comes back. I have no interest in trying to guess that, right? I am going to follow the stocks that are ripping with the stock market, right? The stocks that just keep going higher, that just keep going higher with the market and have this beautiful upside price action with the market. I don't want to trade stocks that are going down when the market's going up. So, Amazon, you see this? Done. Off my watch list. I don't even know why you would be watching it, okay? Now, if you want to watch it, I'll give you some insight. If it can get back over the 230 level, then maybe you can get that long, right? I'll, watch out for 230. Maybe it can come back, but please be careful trading these types of stocks. Same thing for Meta. Not interested in Meta today. Meta went down all day as the market went up. Not interested. Maybe it bounces 767, but I'm not going to try to catch that, right? Because I don't trust that Meta is going to go higher if the market does, right? And if the market goes down today, this is going to get murdered, right? So I don't like this. I don't like trading underperformers. I don't like trading stocks that are not correlated to the Nasdaq and ES, right? This is going to make your life 10 times easier. If you can just trade what's correlated, it's going to make it so much easier for you. I promise. Big recommendation. That's at least what I do. Take it or leave it, but it has helped me, and I'll tell you it has helped me a lot, okay? All right, let's continue. CRWV, very interesting. Man, I'm intrigued by this one big time. I think this could be, I think people need to be watching this more. This is very interesting. Weekly chart, really nice weekly pullback. Has the catalyst behind it, has the NVIDIA name behind it. Just has a lot of sort of squeeze potential behind it. Really, it does. It's had a beautiful weekly chart pullback after a major run. It pulled back pretty much. Let's see what the retracement was. The retracement of this move was around 61.8, right? A perfect retracement of this entire upside move. Starting to find strength again. I would make sure you're watching this one, man. It's going to be a tough one because it's a tougher trade. It's just a little bit more low liquidity and sort of wild trade, but it could be very, very nice to watch. You got back above these daily highs, these daily lows, these daily double top highs. Look at the hold over 125 yesterday. If you turn 125 into support moving forward, I don't see why you're not going to 145, 148. There's really no reason. To these highs and to these highs. Over that, over was 149, 150 zone, you are going higher to 167. Eunice! Eunice, I got to send you a t-shirt, Eunice. Eunice, what's your email? Send me a DM with your email right now. Or shoot me an email. Vincent at options-insider.com. Shoot me an email, Eunice. You're getting some merch. Thank you, brother. I'm not going to just take these $100 bills. Eunice, shoot me an email right now. All right. 145, 149. Damn, GG Eunice, man. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That is not necessary, but very appreciated. So, thank you, brother. 125. If you hold that, you're going higher, and I would be watching that. We're long CRWV overnight as a group. I posted this yesterday at around 2:11. Took some CRWV 130s overnight, and those are looking pretty sexy this morning. So let's see what she can do. Definitely looking to trade it again today on the intraday. I would really like a pullback to 125, but I don't know if we're going to get that. A hold over yesterday's highs would probably be about the only thing I'd look for an intraday trade. Over 136.50 into that 145, I would be watching. Keep an eye on this one, man. She's sneaky, but she can pay. She's a payer, that's for sure. Circle, not too interested. Needs to get over 152. Hood. Let's go to Hood real quick because Hood is definitely something I would be watching. Hood. Nice hold yesterday over the 121, 122 area. Price action's a little bit scammy. It's a little bit scammy. I don't love the price action lately. It's not as fluid, right? But I would see if it cleans up. Over 124.36, 125. I'll be watching that a little bit to see if that cleans up. Palantir. Oh, man. Palantir is doing exactly what we talked about. And I would be very much on alert on this one, my friends. Look at what's going on. These lows, these highs, our 178 level is perfectly holding on a perfect pullback on the 4-hour chart. Please watch Palantir today. If Palantir gets over 185, this thing is going to rip to this 190 high. This is a sick formation forming. If Palantir does some kind of fake out and goes back to 172, I would be fourth mortgaging my house. I would take out 4 separate. I'm just kidding. If it goes to 172, though, I'd be absolutely looking for longs here, no doubt. So look for this 178, 179. Look for that breakout. If it fails, look for the 172 to create that opportunity. This looks really nice. This looks really nice. I would definitely be watching Palantir today. Aklo. Let's see if Aklo can pull back a little bit. Aklo right now is just a wait and see, right? We got to see where price action forms. We're getting information on this one. It's too extended with these levels that are too short term. So for me, I'm starting to see some action around this 121, 123 zone, right? I can see holds here, and I can see holds here yesterday. So this could be an interesting spot to keep watching here. Not too interested in Aklo today. Probably going to stay away from it. But what you could watch is GEV and this whole sector, which is red hot. Look at GEV on the daily chart. You got yourself a little inverse head and shoulder here. Daily 20, daily 50. If this thing breaks over 650, 350, I think you're going. So that's interesting today. Coinbase, very interesting today on the retest. We got to see how Bitcoin looks though, but you can see Coinbase is doing the break and retest right here. You have these previous highs and you are holding them as lows. That is a break and retest, and we're looking to see if this can heat up again over 400 or 340 for me would be a top watch. CRM, I saw a few of you guys talking about this one last night. CRM is interesting. It's off this weekly level right here at 223. I'm going to wait for this weekly high to get taken out. Right here at 258, if you can clear out that weekly high, that definitely could get going. Let's look at UNH for Chef. UNH, yeah, nice pullback. Yeah, it's starting to form a little something there, isn't it? There's a little something going on here for sure. Yeah, for sure. That's pretty nice looking. It hasn't quite gotten to the retest level, but I don't know if it's going to have to. If it starts to heat up again, it's gonna leave people in the dust there. That is definitely interesting, guys. That is definitely interesting. Let's get a little closer look at this and see what it needs to reclaim. What does UNH need to reclaim? And do I really want to trade UNH? That's the question. UNH is not the best of price action, guys. You got to remember that. Like, this isn't like a Tesla on a breakout. It's not going to really be like that. So you do have to understand what you're trading here. 346, I would say, is where you'd want it to get above, right? Reclaim this Thursday high. If you can get a 346 reclaim, maybe you can start to heat up. So you could watch that. TEM, yeah, I'm not looking at TEM today. I tried to break and retest over these highs, and it failed on me yesterday, unfortunately. I tried the break and hold actually above the pre-market highs, and it just was too aggressive, and I took a loss. It looked good for a moment, right? For a few minutes, it did. These pre-market highs, you had a little break and retest above, looking for that little hold above for a nice instant move, but it was just too aggressive, right? Pre-market highs is not my favorite thing to look for a retest on, and that that shows. It's just not as reliable, right? Previous day highs is where I feel more reliable, right? Like these highs right here, the previous major high of the previous day, not just a little poke in the pre-market high. So I tried it, got too aggressive, took a loss. And that's a learning lesson for me, right? Maybe I throw away the pre-market high looks. All right, guys, that's going to be it. That's going to be it for me. I got my watches today. There's a few others, of course. APP you could be watching, right? HIMS is sort of interesting lately, over 56. Netflix is sitting at 1,200. That's interesting. I mean, there's so many interesting things out here. But you just sort of got to lock it on a few. I think it's absolutely right to be watching semiconductors today after that NVIDIA news and see if they're hot or not. The nuclear energy sector, definitely something to watch. And then, of course, Teslita, as always. Eunice, appreciate that, man. Thank you again. Thank you guys for everyone that supports the channel and subscribes to the Desi Coffee Fund. Josh, appreciate that, brother. Josh OG. Thank you, Josh. All right, guys. Hope you have a fantastic trading day. Hope you enjoyed the live stream. If you could, press that like button, subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Peace out.